Intermediate Mathematical Olympiad Cayley paper 2021. Question 4. Let Sn denote the sum of the first n terms of this series. For what values of a and b does SA add SB add SA plus b equal 1? So I started by listing all of the values S1, S2, S3. And you can see you've got this as a pattern. And then you can see that there is a pattern that forms, but it's not a pattern between terms, but it's a pattern for the odds and the evens. So I've listed them here, the odds here and the evens here. And actually I'm going to start by creating a formula that describes the evens. If you weren't sure where that -1 comes from, I'm looking at pairs here. So this equals -1 and this equals -1. So looking at the evens, n is 2, therefore this is 1 multiplied by -1. This will be 4 divided by 2, which is 2 multiplied by -1. So this is what describes that sequence, which is the same as saying, so when it is even, and we're looking at this. Now looking at the odd sequence, what we've got is that at -1 still, and this time it's being multiplied by n subtract 1 divided by 2. And this equals, sorry, n plus 1 all divided by 2. So we're going to consider 3 separate cases altogether. We're going to look at if they're both even. Okay, so if they're both even, then the formula because this is it, so we're going to say even. Even plus an even is going to be even. And because this is a negative number, this is going to be negative, this is going to be negative, and this is going to be negative. Therefore, negative is not going to be equal to 1. Therefore, it's not possible. It is not possible to have this. And for this to sum to 1. So if we look at the second scenario, if A and B, let's start a new page actually. Second. Okay, so now SA we're saying is going to be odd, SB is going to be odd, and SAB, if we've got 2 odds added together, it's actually going to be an even answer. So we can substitute in, when it's odd, we know that it's going to be n plus 1 divided by 2. So it's not an n here, it's an a, so it'll be a plus 1 divided by 2. B here, because they're different numbers. And then finally, we're doing negative, because this is even, and we're looking at n divided by 2. N in this case is A plus B, all divided by 2. And if I put these all over a half, then we can see it's not the only way of doing this. Then this all equals, when we simplify this out, it all equals 1. So this is possible. And then the third scenario is if A and B have opposite parity. This means if A is negative, B is positive, or if A is negative, then, sorry, A is positive, B is negative. And actually, you've got commutativity in your equation in this. So A and B could be either way round, and the answer is still going to be the same. A and B here are going to be if they can be swapped around, it doesn't matter. The answer is still going to be the same. So I'm going to take A as being odd, and B is going to be even. Because we've got an odd number and an even number, when you add them together, the answer is going to be odd. So again, I'm substituting in my odd and my even into here. Simplifying. So A plus 1 equals 1 is only possible when A equals 0, but we've put A being odd. So this one is not possible, because A is not even, sorry, A is not an odd number, which is what we've assumed up here. And as I said, they're commutative and you can swap them round, but that equation, that expression there will just be here and it'll be B instead. So if we worked it through the other way round, then we'd end up with B is 0, which would then combine with B being odd. So this scenario is not possible. So therefore, the equation SA plus SB plus SA plus B equals 1 is only when A and B are both odd.